Well, hi everybody. Well, it's a car review, and I'm all alone because nobody else. So there's so many movies that are coming out all at once now. Red One, the Santa Claus movie, Gladiator 2, Wicked, um, Moana 2, all this weekend. So we all couldn't get out and see all the movies. So we're kind of dividing it up a little bit, and we're gonna go and see some different movies so we can get them all out. There's just not enough time to go and see all of them all at once together. So I saw Wicked, and basically I'm kind of the only one of our three guys between Paul, Mark, and I that are more into musicals um, and Broadway plays. I've been to numerous Broadway plays. However, I will admit I've never seen Wicked. So I'm basically going into this and I got no comparisons to the Broadway play. I know it's a long running Broadway play. It was done over 20 years ago. But I'm not going to say that, and that was actually adapted from a book. So I'm going into this and reviewing it as a musical movie without the history of the actual performance and stage play, which is probably good if you're a movie fan, right? However, if you're somebody who's big on the Broadway show and you love it and everything, I'm told that this is very well done. Like they're not overstepping their boundaries. They're not changing a whole lot of things too much from the story play. I'm guessing they're right, but I'm not sure about some of the story plots in this movie, but we'll take it for granted. Now it's starring Cynthia, Erivo, and we have Ariana Grande, both in the lead roles. And I find it kind of odd because right now there's big Oscar talk for this movie, and they're saying that Cynthia will be, is going for, they're pushing her to be nominated for Best Actress, and Ariana Grande is Best Supporting Actress. And really, they're both leads. These are both lead actresses in this movie. They don't. One is not below the other. Cynthia is not below Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande is not below Cynthia. So I think they both should actually be nominated for Best Actress. Now, of course, the studio doesn't want that because they want to win in both categories. And if they're both nominated in different ones, they have a better chance. So this is why they're pushing it that way. As far as the story itself goes in the musical, it's first off, let's just say that the set design is going to win the Oscars. There's nobody that even comes close to being able to do that. It is really imaginative, and it's kind of like Harry Potter, where there's all kinds of things around the design, set design around, like even the train is unique that they have. The cities are unique. Everything is unique. It's really, really well done. Set design is going to win the Oscar, hands down. Nobody, just turn it into them right now and give it to them, because no one's going to come close. It's definitely going to win. As far as the acting is concerned in this movie, and remember, it's almost a 3 hour movie, like 2 hours and 40 some minutes. And normally, when I'm in a movie like this, I am yawning and I'm bored. I'm looking at my watch saying, "Oh, well, they could have took out a half hour of this movie and I wouldn't have missed it, etc." And I was thoroughly into this movie the whole time, and no time was I'm staring at my watch or anything like that. Go, okay, all right, that's a big step. So that's a big plus side on this movie, because long movies you can tend to get really bored. And I was worried when I saw Ariana Grande as cast as a lead role. I know she can sing, but as you know, normally when we put singers into roles and acting, the movie does not usually come out very good. Britney Spears tried it, Christina Aguilera tried it. Lots of people have tried it and failed. Very few actually have succeeded. Like right now, Lady Gaga has succeeded, but very few actually do. Right? Even Beyonce's into the roles of movies like with the Pink Panther net, not the greatest, right? They can sing like a son of a gun, but maybe the acting needs to be left to other people. Very few make that jump. And I was pleasantly surprised. Now, the character is right for her features and her body type and her facial type, etc. So her character is this bubbly, uh, pay attention to me type aristocrat in this movie who actually kind of has a heart of gold, but she doesn't have the fortitude of a leader. She's more of a follower and always cares about what other people are thinking. And so that's kind of her driving point. And she's a rich socialite. Everyone loves her, etc. And of course, you have Cynthia, who is was born green. She has a bad past with her father. Her sister is handicapped, and her father doesn't love her, etc. And she blames herself for her sister being in a wheelchair, which the story they tell in there. And I'm going, I'm pretty sure you'd blame your father. I'm pretty sure you'd blame your father, not you. But okay, you have to have some kind of backstory to say that this person's had a hard past and why is she so guarded and everything. And she does a really good job with this role as well. Their voices are fantastic. They can harmonize the songs and everything perfectly. And I don't mind the story. I didn't mind the story at all. And remember, this is like before the Wizard of Oz or after the Wizard of Oz, right? So the trouble part of this movie to me is the actual songs. There's only a couple of songs that I even know, and probably, Gravity would be the big song because I've heard it before. I've heard it in the radio. I've heard other songs from it. But a lot of the other songs are built for the movie, and you can tell they're built for the movie, and they are like, I can't remember the words because they're meant to be as if you were saying them to an individual person. And so those type of songs aren't catchy, right? Those are the ones that stay in your head, right? So yeah, I'm a little lackluster on some of the songs. They were entertaining and everything. I just don't remember a single one of them except Gravity. Um, yeah, but they were fun. They were entertaining, and I'm quite pleased to say that because a lot of times I go to these musicals and I come out going, no, why this didn't need to be here. We didn't need to make Dear Kevin Hansen, I think that was the movie. We didn't need to make Mean Girls the musical. We didn't need to make Heathers the musical. We didn't need to make these films musicals. But this was a Broadway play musical that people loved, and I was a little worried that I wouldn't like the music too much. At first, I thought it might be a little too operatic, but it turned out to be fine. I actually enjoyed the movie. Can't hum a single word, enjoyed the movie. Acting was pretty good, pretty darn good for this type of movie. I chuckled a few times. I had some emotion in this movie, which is hard for me to do in a musical, and I had it. So I'm thinking a lot of people, if you give this movie a chance, will like it. And I know a lot of people are already turned off the movie because of Cynthia Arroyo's comments on a fan picture that was put out in homage to the original Broadway play poster compared to the poster that Universal put out. And she went on a little bit of a tirade online saying how disrespectful this was and it's the most hurtful, outrageous thing that's ever happened to her. She needs to lighten up because it was nothing about her. It was all about the look of the poster compared to the look of the Broadway poster. And that almost made me not want to go see this movie. Her little rant on that, right away I started going, I'm so tired of these actors and actresses that think they're better than everyone else, and it's all about them. It's all about them. You can't possibly think something else is better than what they did because they're right and you're wrong. And I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired. I think everyone in the world is tired of that. But the movie itself was good. So luckily, she's okay. She's a good actress. She's a good singer. Leave all that other stuff behind. And I guess give the movie a chance. At the very least, watch it when it comes out on streaming or DVD and you want to rent it or buy it. Because if you like musicals at all, this was definitely worth it. And there's actually going to be a part 2. This was only part 1. There's going to be a part 2 coming out next year, I believe. So, yeah, I'll probably watch that one as well, because for me to be interested in an almost 3 hour movie the whole way through is an accomplishment in itself. So give them a chance, and I think they should both be nominated. If you're going to nominate one, you got to nominate the other, because they each did their role perfectly for this type of movie. And that is saying a lot.